What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is gonna be your review for Insecure season 3 episode. I think it's episode 5. I'll have the right episode up, but it was episode 6. Sorry. Um, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. So let's pick up where we left off. We left off with Issa and Lawrence. Yeah, episode 6. We left off with Issa and Lawrence at the 7-Eleven, looking at each other. So Issa was, she steps up to him. Hey, how you doing? What you been getting into? So Lawrence does the flashback. Lawrence has been fucking all of LA. That is what Lawrence has been doing. Lawrence is working and sleeping with women. Working and sleeping with women. And he done messed around and got his ass a damn STD. Now, thank God it was chlamydia. Because you know why? Because you can get rid of chlamydia. But it could have very easily have been one of them bitches that you can't get rid of. And we still ain't sure. His boy done got left at the altar because the night before his wedding, he did what so many men do. He had sex with the strippers. And his wife, or soon-to-be wife, found out, left his ass. Now, here's the thing. Let's be clear. Their relationship had issues way before that. And maybe she chose to ignore them, but that was just something she just couldn't ignore. And he was like, damn, she could have let somebody know. Like, who told her anyway? Once again, we focusing on the wrong things. It's not who told her. It's why did you do it? So, but they talk. They do the nervous, I don't really know how you gonna take it thing, but they have a decent conversation and going about their business. And so then we see Issa is planning. She wants to plan a block party. Now, here's what I ain't clear about. I'm not clear if she's trying to start a business where this is what they do, like parties, outdoor festivals. Like, is that what you're trying to move into? Or if you just want to plan this one particular event, bringing something to the neighborhood, and so you're going to set up an LLC for that purpose. I ain't really figured it all out because I don't think Issa has either. But she knows she wants to do some stuff. She wants to, of course, she wants to be connected to music. And she wants to bring something to her neighborhood, something to her community, which is admirable. We see Nathan is with her when she go down to the office to get them permits. They gave her a stack of 5,000 permits. I know the feeling. In my time, I've had to go get permits for things here and there. And honey, it's not fun. And it is a lot. A lot. And that lady told her, don't do it. It's too much. It's just too much work. And it always ends up being a disaster. And Issa was like, yeah, but that's why I want to try to do something. Because we need some things in our neighborhood. We need some good things in our neighborhood. And I'm trying to, so. But old girl told Issa, get out. Don't do it. It was funny because she started saying it in Spanish. And Issa was like, I don't know what you said. But you know who does? God. Let God be your judge. So, then we see that, trying to make sure I say it right. Okay. So then we see that Issa and Nathan, they all booed up, laid up in the bed, and Issa's talking about different places she wants to have her event and have her situation. And Nathan says, how do you know it's real? And Issa was like, oh, I know it's real. They got Yelp reviews. He was like, no. I'm talking about us. Like, how do you know it's us? He was like, because I'm really feeling you. And how you know it's real? He said, because I ain't really liked a whole lot of people. See, again, he keep throwing up these red flags that he has not. He too old to have never had no long-term relationships. I'm sorry. I just feel that way. And, so they basically had that moment of, I like you. Oh, you like me too? I like you too. They say like, not love, but they're definitely getting close. It's definitely something building there. There's a bond there that's building. We have another funny scene with Lawrence and his boy. I don't know why I can't remember his Chad. With Lawrence and Chad at the bar where is it Marcus? Tiffany's husband comes through, and they're talking or whatever, and Chad was like, so I heard you saw Issa, and he was like, yeah. He was like, well, how'd that go? He was like, it's cool. He was like, so would you ever, get back with Issa? He was like, hell no, she's a cheater. And so, because Chad just got finished saying how his wife, his ex-fiance should take him back because he apologized for cheating. But then he gonna turn right around and say to Lawrence how Issa was a hoe for being a cheater. And Lawrence was like, first of all, she not a hoe. She did a whole thing. So, of course, Chad looking at him like, oh, really? And Marcus was like, so what's up with that? He was like, he said, I'm glad that me and her are cool again, but I could just never see her as not a cheater. Like, I just couldn't go back down that road. But I'm glad that we can be around each other and I not be like hate her. So then we see Molly, and Molly's at work. She's still trying to get that shine on at work. Remember the jacket she lost down at Coachella? Well, come to find out, Andrew, which is Nathan's boy, the Asian guy, he has her jacket. And so, but of course he's interested in her. And, Issa's like, girl, you need to just go on and get that man a chance. Like, why are you playing so hard to get? And, Molly, on one hand, she had a point, but on the other hand, it's kind of like, She was like, look, he's cool and all, but I just ain't really trying to go there. And Issa was like, is it because he's Asian? Because come on now. Like, stop it. And Molly was like, look, it's not because he's Asian. I have dated outside of my race before. It's just, I know that I want to end up with a black man. And at this point in my life, I'm looking for settle down. So why even go there? Why even open it up to somebody that I know I don't want to be with in the long run? Because that's not what I'm looking for. So from that point of view, you got a point. But then Issa's thing is, but why be so close-minded? Like, he might be your forever. Like, you don't know. He might be the one. And Molly was like, he's not. Let's move on. And I'm done with this conversation. So they're getting ready for Tiffany's baby shower. Now, I had questions before they even got to the baby shower, because it seemed like they were guests and they were not vested in this baby shower, yet Tiffany's supposed to be their girl. Like, the night before, putting stuff together, talking about we should get there early to help set up. No, y'all should be fucking planning it. Like, that is your girl. The same way y'all put that energy into planning Coachella and Beyonce or bus, that's how y'all supposed to be planning your girl baby shower. Now, we found out, we're going to get to what all went down, but I was thinking, when they were sitting there doing all this, in my mind, I was thinking, why they not more vested in this? Like, why is it more going on with this baby shower as far as they're concerned? And I was just a little nervous about that. I didn't understand that whole situation. But Kelly decided that she gonna make, Kelly is messing with the other friend. Because all she knows, she don't even know his name. But she was like, the black one, yeah. Because me and him, yeah, we getting it in a lot. And so, and then Issa, finally admits that she's really feeling Nathan. And she even calls him her man. And they were like, oh, your man, you claiming him? And she was like, yeah, that's my man, But she admits that she's really, really feeling him. So she's out doing her property manager thing. She is cleaning up the dog poop. And the culprit walks by and she is like, look, can you please do a better job of cleaning up after your dog? Old boy talking about something, I don't have a dog. And as the dog barks out of his apartment. And he gives her that look like. At that moment, she gets a call from the Lyft people, and they're calling to do an investigation. They said they have, assault complaint that happened in her car, and they need to talk to her and get a statement from her. She immediately texts Nathan to let him know, look, basically, Lyft called me looking for you. What's good? So the next day, they head out to the baby shower. And remember, this is one of those situations where, first of all, it's a co-ed baby shower. All the men are mad. They in their feelings because they're like, why the fuck am I at a baby shower? And Lawrence is there. Dro was there. Because remember, they were all one big happy family until Issa and Lawrence broke up. So they all show up. And Issa's there with Molly, and they come in with their gift. And then they get there and realize that Tiffany has a whole planning committee that didn't include them. That they got there early, because her brother was there talking about you late. And she was like, we early, how we late? Because the planning committee was there early, and they got, the house is beautiful. They got the whole house decked out, and, they all, clearly have had a relationship with Tiffany. They clearly, have been working with Tiffany on this baby shower and so forth. And you can tell that Molly and Issa are a little in their feelings about it. They just kind of looking side-eye like, who are all these people? And why they planning this baby shower and why we didn't know nothing about it? So then Issa has a conversation with Lawrence, which is great. We saw a lot of Lawrence this episode, and it was a good relationship, and they're actually having a comfortable conversation, where they're laughing and joking with each other. They making little jokes, and she tells him about her plans about her plans for to do the street festival, and he was like, "Oh, so you need to help with your business plan?" Because remember, that was the whole thing with Lawrence and his business plan. And Issa was like, "Ha, you got jokes," and they actually have a really nice conversation. So that inspires Molly to go over and have a conversation with Dro. So she rolls up on Dro, and Dro gives her the, "Oh, so we speaking again?" And she was like, "Why are so you just gonna act like that?" And he was like, "I mean, whatever." And so Molly was like, "You know what? Thank you for reminding me why this was just a bad fucking idea." He was like, "All right, bye." So he's still in his feelings, Molly in her feelings, and that whole situation, that conversation was a bust. So Laura said, "You know what? I've done my duty. I'm about to be out." He talked to Marcus, and Marcus is like, "So, how'd that? So you're talking to Issa? How'd it go?" And he was like, "You know what? It went really well. Like, Issa's really doing, like, you could tell that he was a little impressed and he was happy to talk to her. I'm still not getting a read on whether it was I could jump her boots once I finish taking my penicillin type read on her, or it's just really good to be in a room with her and not want to fuck her up. Like, I ain't figured out which one it is yet. But then Issa ends up having that same conversation with Molly, and Issa's thing was, "I think I'm finally over him," which I don't believe, but I think, again, she's just at a good place where she's not in the room regretting, feeling bad, wishing what she could have, should have, would have done, that whole thing. So Kelly shows up with her cupcakes, them cupcakes that she was flipping through the cookbook, trying to figure out the perfect cupcake to make, and the planning committee wasn't gonna put her cupcakes on the table, talking about, "We just don't have room." So y'all know how Kelly is. Kelly is like, "So what the fuck you trying to say? Like, my cupcakes ain't good enough to go on the table?" And she was like, "I can't believe, like, for real, you're not gonna put my cupcakes on the table?" So of course Tiffany comes over and she's trying to smooth the whole thing out, and basically the committee decides that they ain't gonna put them cupcakes on. They call them the backup cupcakes. So Kelly gets mad. She rolls out. She in her feelings, and she's walking out. And Molly and Issa run after her, and they're like, "Kelly, what is going on with you?" And she was like, "You know what? It don't even matter. She won't even notice that I'm gone." And they were like, "Well, Kelly, it's all good." They trying to get Kelly to come back in. Talking about some girl, she just going through a lot, and all that other stuff. And Kelly was like, "Nah, y'all don't get it. Y'all have each other." She was like, "But Tiffany, that's my best friend, and I'm getting ready to lose her to a baby. And, I just keep feeling like I'm being pushed out more and more. I feel like I'm being, pushed to the side of this whole situation." And at that time, Tiffany comes out to find out what's going on. Like, why y'all, what's up? What's the problem? Kelly, what is wrong? And they basically confront her like, "Yo, what's up with this whole planning committee? We didn't know nothing about. Why didn't, that should be us. Why didn't you ask us to do anything?" And she said, "Because y'all never offered." She said, "Ashley," that's her sister. She said, "Ashley asked me months ago, and I waited and held off on giving her an answer, waiting for y'all to say something. And y'all never brought it up. Y'all never asked me if y'all could plan my baby shower." She was like, "So yeah, I went on and I let them do it because y'all never acted like y'all wanted to." So Kelly said, "Forget about them. What about me? I asked you, and you wouldn't let me do it." And she was like, "Well, Kelly, I mean, well," and Kelly was like, she was like, "Well, Ashley's a mother, so she would understand." Kelly was like, "Oh, okay, so because she's a mother, she gets it. I couldn't do a good job because I'm not a mother, like, for real." And honestly, I thought Kelly was gonna leave, but we see that Kelly did actually come back into the baby shower, but she eventually left early and didn't say anything to Tiffany. So while Issa is talking to Molly, I forgot this part, which is an important part. While Issa is talking to Molly, Candace rolls up in there. Now, I knew this chick. The lady that plays Candace is the same girl that plays Whitney that played Whitney in the Bobby Brown story. So she's real familiar right now. And so she came in there, and of course she's hugging up on Issa, hugging up on Molly, and everything like nothing is happening, like she ain't sleeping with her husband and all that other stuff. And they speak and do the whole, "Girl, yeah, blah, blah, blah. How's it going? How's it going?" And Candace walks off. So Molly and Issa are in the kitchen helping to clean up. Tiffany comes in there, and Tiffany says, "Y'all don't have to do that." And they were like, "Nah, it's the least we could do," because they do feel guilty now after Tiffany done let them know, "Look, I waited for y'all to say something about this damn baby shower. Y'all act like y'all didn't want to plan it." So Tiffany was like, so where's Kelly? And so they started making all these excuses for Kelly. And I'm like, y'all ain't gotta make no excuses for Kelly. Kelly left because Kelly didn't want to be there anymore. And that's a situation that Kelly and Tiffany are gonna have to deal with. But again, I say, like, part of me was all like, yeah, Tiffany, because y'all are wrong. Like, y'all should have been playing the Tiffany baby shower. But then when that whole thing between Kelly and Tiffany went down, where Kelly was like, no, I asked you and you wouldn't let me. See, their situation is a little different and they're gonna have to talk it out. But remember, y'all did have that group text without her. So, y'all wrong. So, Tiffany lets it drop that Candace is pregnant. So, of course, Molly is really in her feelings now. And she's like, wow. And so she sees the baby shower. She sees that Tiffany has, she's married with the baby. And, Issa was like, so this make you want to have kids? And she was like, man, Tiffany at the finish line and I ain't even in the race yet. Like, like this is... So she ends up texting Andrew, the Nathan's friend that's got... Well, by this time, he gave her the coat back. He asked her out and she didn't accept. So she sends him a text saying, some time freed up. Does the offer stand? So she gonna go out on a date with Andrew. Now this whole time, Nathan been ghosting Issa. Issa ain't heard from Nathan since before the whole the Lyft driver done call. I mean, the Lyft people called and they need a statement from you. He done ghosted her. I was like, because his ass got warrants. He got warrants. And so she still doesn't hear from him. She ain't heard from him. She said she hadn't heard from him in about a day and a half. But then the Lyft people call and let her know. They're like, look, we want to just let you know that we've closed that case out. We've heard from Mr. whatever, Nathan, whatever his last name is. She was like, you heard from him today? And they were like, yeah, we talked to him earlier today. And I just want to let you know that, that whole situation's been resolved. You're good. So Issa is like, so of course now Issa's sitting there like, wow, like he had time to call the Lyft people, which is a good thing because that he called the Lyft people because it cleared her out of it. But at the same time, well, I ain't heard from you, boo. What's up with that? Why I ain't heard from you, boo? And they tried to call him from Molly's phone, which, that's an old school trick right there. He still ain't pick up. So we'll see what the dealio is next week. It's only a few episodes left. I swear these seasons seem like they're going by so fast. But I think they said there's only 2 episodes left. So we're going to see how this roll out, how this work itself out. All right, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. I know it's all over the place, but it's all good. Peace.